the World Healing Tour movement with your host, Noah Crane. Heal yourself, heal the world. Hello! Welcome to the World Healing Tour podcast, where our mission is to help you heal yourself so you can heal the world. Hi, my name is Noah Crane. Each week, we will bring you tips and tools and inspire you to live your most empowered and joy-filled life. I'm also the founder of the 3G Effect, a daily practice to keep you heart-centered in everything you do by staying in a positive mindset and a positive attitude and practicing 3 important elements. Element number 1, every day, remember to have a grateful heart and connect to your gratitude. When you're a place of gratitude, you're connected to positive feelings and positive emotions, and therefore drawing more positive people, things, and experiences into your life. Element number 2, every day, remember to ground in love and compassion. When you are grounded in love and compassion, you believe in yourself and you learn to love yourself. Meet yourself exactly where you are. You are able to remove the judgments of yourself and others and come to a place of forgiveness, acceptance, and self-love. And element number 3, every day, remember, you are not alone on this journey. Rather, you are being guided by God. God, universe, source, whatever you want to call your higher power. I call it God. God is inside you. God is beside you. God is all around you. Open your heart and soul to God by having faith and trust in yourself and faith and trust in your journey. We do that by learning to turn off the noise of others and the noise of the outside world. God will send you messages and messengers just for you to help guide you on this journey. I know, because my whole life has been guided by those messages. I've been able to find my soulmate, who I'm married to for almost 28 years. I've been able to write my book, right over here, The Grass is Greenest Where I Am. I've been able to attract incredible people into my life, and also just recently become the president of the Holistic Chamber of Boca Raton. So I am so excited to be here with all of you and share each day, bring incredible people to share and pour into your life. Today I have an incredible guest. Her name is Reiss. Laura believes in making the world a better place by supporting each other and celebrating each other. In 2008, she started a club in her kids' school called a Kindness Club. This kindness movement has begun as a single club and today is called Kindness Matters 365 Foundation, Inc., a non-for-profit organization that educates, inspires children to be kind to themselves and kind to others in the world. Welcome to the World Healing Tour podcast, Laura. It's so great to have you here with me today.
Thank you, Noah. It's a pleasure to be here, an honor to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
It's just as much of an honor for me. You're such a leader. You've done so many great things. You have so many people who are just rooting for you in the community and love you in the community. How did you become so authentic and so passionate with kindness to be able to really bring that movement to the world? Because it takes a really special person to be like, this is a missing thing right now in the schools, and I want to bring that to others.
Thank you, Noah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the truth is, I am asked oftentimes, what are your degrees? Or, where'd you go to undergraduate? Where'd you go to college? What did you study? All of that. And the truth is, Noah, I was raised well. My parents really did show me and model for me the importance of taking care of myself, honoring myself, and giving back where I could, when I could, at whatever age. And I was really raised like that. And as a young child watching bullies, difficult acts, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. How I was raised is who makes me who I am today. As a young mother raising my children, I wanted the same thing for my children, and I wanted them to be in classrooms with kind-minded individuals, and that was not easy to do.
Was that a missing in the schools that you saw where your girls being bullied in any ways? Or what did you see in the schools that was really kind of catching your attention at the time?
So the missing in the schools that caught my attention were these conversations in the classrooms about being kind to each other. Self-care, first honoring yourself, eating healthy, reading books, drinking water, all that kind of stuff. The schools that my children were in were good schools, academic schools, good teachers, good administration, nothing wrong with the schools. And what I thought was missing was a deeper conversation school-wide with teachers and students about how these children were feeling, talking about their emotions, being okay with their emotions, and then moving on to what could they do at their age to contribute and to give back to themselves or to others.
So you wanted to see the kids more giving back, and you wanted to see them being kinder to themselves in a lot of ways.
Yes.
You felt like that was missing. So you kind of saw a gap between how you were brought up and how other kids were interacting with your kids. Would
Well
that be
said.
kind of what you say?
Exactly, exactly. And my oldest daughter was only kindergarten at the time. I went to our local elementary school where she was going to school and asked the principal if I could start a free after-school program where I got to really talk to the children about, share with the children about what that looked like, what self-care looked like, what it looked like to go into the community and to give back. And the principal of the school said, "How soon can we get that club started?" Now, I only know what I know. I know how I was raised. I know what works for me. I know what I'm teaching my children. And after maybe 4 or 5 meetings, now these are, what happened was they developed into a once a month after school program where the children came to me and I got to share everything that I knew about how to create a world that you love, how to self-care yourself, and how to give back and feel good about it, how to really understand and honor the classmate next to you, their differences. After 4 or 5 meetings, I noticed that children were saying to themselves, "Oh, there goes Miss Reiss talking about being kind to each other, talking about growing organic gardens, talking about being vegan, talking about being kind to your classmates, talking about respecting and listening to your parents," on and on. So I realized that there are so many beautiful organizations and kind-minded human beings in our community. Why not invite them into these programs to be with the children and share with them how they contribute to the community and how they give back? So the meetings develop into a once-a-month after-school program where different foundations or organizations providing service in the community came to speak to the children. Maybe a month before that meeting, the children would do a school-wide drive to collect whatever the foundation needed that month. And during the meeting, the children would do an age-appropriate hands-on project to give back to that foundation speaking that month. Very interactive.
Oh, I love that. So you brought in different people, and they got actually to experience different ways that people can share their kindness.
Yes, so it was really beautiful for the organizations that had a platform now to speak to the children about what they're doing and also receive donations and gifts. It was an opportunity for the children to hear and experience a myriad of ways that others are giving back to the world and to the community. And the children got to actually think, well, first of all, the children were inspired because they really now understood they could make a difference in the world. They can provide self-care for themselves. They have the courage and confidence that they needed to ask for what they wanted. It was a shift in thinking and being for these children.
Yeah, the being is so important, because when you're able to come to a more peaceful place and see things from another perspective, it completely can shift how you see the world and how you interact with the world. So these kids are so blessed to have that opportunity to learn different ways that people impact the world.
Thank you, thank you. I really am proud about what we have created. So I did have a wonderful idea back in 2008, but there have been so many beautiful souls that have joined this kindness journey. And to date, we are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of volunteers, a very, very strong executive board, a strong advisory board, an executive director that is running this organization so beautifully, and really committed staff that dedicate their lives to this organization. So it has been, we're celebrating our 16th year.
That's amazing.
This year. And I have had the honor to watch the transformation of human beings through these programs. And
Wow.
it's been beautiful.
That is incredible. So, how many schools are you in now? And I know it's a whole program where people actually have to go through and learn how to teach this, how to bring the information to the kids, right? It's not like not anybody can just go in and start doing this.
So originally, when I started, I created a training and started training people out of my living room back in the day. And then once we, as an organization, started to have more and more chapters, clubs, and the state of Florida gave us funding to put our programs in as many classrooms as we could. Karen Gellin is our executive director, and she's one of the first people who said, these programs are amazing and they are rich and they are changing lives. I say, how about we create a real solid curriculum, programs that can go into classes that are organized, that every single school that has a club, every single organization. So our programs are not only in schools, they're in places of workshops and summer camps and workplaces as well. So every single place that has a program will have a specific topic of the month. And then we can talk about what that means and how we can be inside of this topic. So some of our topics are kindness to yourself, self-awareness, self-regulation, optimistic thinking, relationship skills. Noah Crane, if I had this information when I was in preschool, middle school, high school, or college, I would be a completely different person. So I really do believe that the content, the information, the programs that we are providing for our community and for the world is life-changing. So to answer your questions, after the pandemic hit us pretty hard. So we are, I believe, at about 89 clubs in 12 states. My
Amazing.
dream, my hopes and dreams are that we have a club in every school in the world. We're about to go international. We partnered with an organization called Caritas Smiles, and Sixia Divine, the founder of Caritas Smiles, and I have worked very hard to partner together to bring our Kindness Matters 365 programs to her international schools, Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, Ecuador, Nicaragua, and she's also looking in Europe. So we are in this country and we are going to be international soon, and I'm just really grateful for the partnerships and the collaboration and all of the human beings who are part of this organization.
Yeah, and I just feel like with collaborations we can go so much further. Like that is like kind of like the energy we need to be able to take our message and our things to the next level, because here we are exposed to a different kind of audience and new people that are excited about pulling our mission forward. But when they pull our mission forward, we're also pulling our own, they're pulling their mission forward, you're also pulling your mission forward. That's what I mean. It's like that win-win, right?
Yes.
Like me growing the Holistic Chamber is also, being the president of the Holistic Chamber also helps me grow myself in the community.
Yes.
Because I'm able to be out there serving more people and have widened my scope, my audience. So, those win-wins for me are just priceless for healing ourselves and healing the world.
Absolutely. You are so good at what you do. You are so good at enrolling and sharing and guiding and uplifting. I'm good at what I'm good at. She's good at what she's good at. He's good at, if we can all work together to provide more of that for more people. I love collaborating. I love being here with you, listening to you, sharing with you. It's wonderful. It's wonderful when we can inspire each other and lift each other up together.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, right? And we all go through struggles, right? Without struggles, we don't really become as resilient as we are. I know me and you spoke a lot about resilience and the struggles, and I would love for you to share some of your story, because with all the things that you've done, you've been able to also pour into yourself and grow within yourself, and you've had that kindness to lean on.
Yes.
So I would love for you to share some of the things that you've been going through, some of the challenges, because nothing great happens without challenges along the way. But we all know that whatever doesn't kill us will make us stronger.
Oh, I love that saying. My mother had that saying, and as a child, my mother had, what doesn't kill us grows us stronger. Cream rises to the top, and tough cookies don't crumble. And yeah.
My
And
friend owns crumble cookie, so
oh,
like it's
that's a
funny.
good one. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
but that's cute. I
And
love
I've
that.
listened to those quotes from my mother my whole life. And I'll share with
By
you,
the way, your mom's amazing.
my
Like
mom's amazing.
amazing. I mean, I met her. She's so beautiful, and I could see why you had so much love and stability growing up. And that first foundation, part of why you could bring this to the world is because you have it within you to share, and you were brave enough to say, "Hey, we need to bring this to the world because others will benefit from this as well." So thank you for that.
Thank you for saying that, and thank you for acknowledging my mom. My mother, Linda Barrett, is the queen of kindness. I've learned everything who I am is because of her. She is a very important branch of our Kindness Matters 365 tree. She is the founder of the Kindness Angels. She has maybe I don't really believe I'm exaggerating when I say 450 to 500 angels that work with her, play with her, create with her, and she is
What are angels? Can you tell me about the
so
angels?
yes, they are the boots on the ground
Huh.
community service.
Okay.
They find what our community needs and they reach out to others to provide that for our unhoused, our hungry, our children who need. It is the most beautiful way to spend your life, I believe. She is partnered with St. Gregory's Church. They are there every single month. They cook foods, they serve meals. We donate essential items. We're always asking for sunblock and canned items and foods and granola bars and essential need items for our unhoused. We just started, Mom just started, the Kindness Angels just started an enrichment program at St. Gregory's Church for our unhoused, providing yoga, movement, mindfulness, breath work. I'm so,
That's
I've been
awesome.
inspired by my mom. I am who I am because of my mom. I'm a little, when people meet me, they're like, who are you and where did you come from? And then they meet my mom, they're like, wow, now I understand. So I'm honored to be her daughter. And
Yes.
I've learned and my father too was a wonderful parent. And he also taught me it's all good. Keep going. It's all good. So yes, I was raised well and acknowledging my parents today because I am who I am and provide value in the world because of the lessons that I've learned from them.
Yes, definitely.
So thank you.
Yeah, of course, and thank you for being who you are and for shining your light so bright. I know it doesn't stop the challenges, and we want to also go back to what are some of the things you've experienced in your life that you want to share, because I believe by your story, you're going to inspire so many people to believe in themselves more and to keep going and to find the solutions even when they can't see it right there in the dark, because we
Yes.
all go through dark times.
Yes, thank you. Okay. So I will share. I think I'm a little nervous and I'm a little excited. I'm nervous because I've never really shared publicly my struggles in the last few years. And I'm also excited because it will liberate me. And I've been holding
And
it
you'll
in for
help
some
so many
time.
people.
Yes.
Because at the end, we're going to be talking about what you became from the struggle.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
all kind of tied together.
Thank you, Noah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for providing a safe space for me because I do feel safe. I do feel
Good.
safe.
That is important.
So back in 2019, my husband, the love of my life, had a massive stroke. He is doing well today, but that was a tough challenge. Thank you, thank you. Right soon after his stroke, the world went into a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic. We went into isolation, and I was in menopause, which I did not know. So during this time, from November 19th to about June 2020, I found myself a lot of anxiety, very nauseous. Um, I, I, I I was having trouble understanding what was happening. I felt confused. I felt lost. My confidence was no longer there. I did believe at the time that I was in shock. I had a lot of trauma from the stroke. I was dealing with helping my family through a pandemic. The Kindness Matters 365 Foundation, it was just, I had a lot of what I thought were heavy, important issues that I had to handle right then. And my body went into some kind of a shutdown. So, June of 2020, I went to my neurologist and I told my neurologist that I had Alzheimer's and that his job, I don't have Alzheimer's, by the way, end of the story. His job was to make sure that I don't suffer and that my family His job was that my family doesn't suffer and that I go out gracefully. And I remember that time feeling like this is it. I'm not functioning right. I'm not understanding what people are saying. I was on stage sharing about Kindness Matters 365, and I remember thinking, people aren't understanding what I'm saying. It was a very uncomfortable time for me, mostly because I had spent the first 50 years of my life powerful, confident, courageous, starting a foundation, raising children. I felt like I had so much to give. And now I found myself a bit broken. And okay, fast forward to my neurologist said, Laura, you don't have Alzheimer's, but we will do our due diligence to find out. So I got all my blood work back and I went back to his office and he handed me the blood work and he said, you're in menopause. Have a nice day. Good luck. Out of my office in a very loving way. Thank you, Dr. Boltz. So that was the beginning of my journey to understand. Well, first I had to figure out what was going on with me, which I did. Then I had to figure out what was I going to do about that. And then I had to implement some new health modalities, if you will. But the journey to figure out how to treat myself, how to self-care myself now was extremely challenging. I also want to remind you, I had a Kindness Matters 365 foundation that was blossoming and blooming and needed my attention. 3 children, my husband recovering from a stroke. And I do feel like the weight of the world on myself sometimes because I'm so committed to global kindness. I'm so committed to guiding children and sharing. So
Were you neglecting your self-care at that time?
I was not neglecting my self-care, though I needed a new form of self-care under this new way of being. The hormone imbalance in me was so severe that I had so many symptoms, if you will. I had them all. I had the migraines, I had the night sweats, I had the hot flashes, I had the anxiety, I had the depression, I had the nausea, I had the weight loss, I had it all. I was literally not functioning. So one of the most challenging things for me to do was to stop the work of kindness out in the world and go in 100%. And the best way for me to do that now, I struggled through this, Noah. This was not sexy. This was not glamorous. I did not flow right into this. I was struggling because
You're human, right?
Yes, yes. Thank you for that reminder.
Yes.
Thank you for that reminder. I am human, and I had a breakdown. I call it the upgrade now. Thank you, Heather Berg. She helped me. She said it's not a breakdown. It's a breakthrough. It's an upgrade, and I do feel the upgrade now.
Sure.
During the time, it was hard to call it an upgrade, but the brain hears what we tell it. So I knew that if I kept telling myself, "Oh, we're in breakdown," then I'm in breakdown. If I tell myself we're in an upgrade, then we're in an upgrade.
Words are so powerful.
So powerful.
Yeah, it changes everything.
Changes everything. It does. So I went on my journey and I grabbed at all healthcare providers. I was and mostly am plant-based, organic, vegan, healthy. I had to make some of those changes during this journey for myself. And I am currently plant-based, organic, vegan again. And that is working with my healthcare providers to make sure that my levels are good. Yeah. And I really had to get over myself a little bit, because I had created this world that worked for me. And I had found myself in a world that was no longer working for me. My self-care tips weren't working. My box breathing wasn't working. My positive affirmations weren't working. The foods that I was eating weren't working. The yoga. It wasn't, you know what, Noah? My confidence, I was so uncomfortable with myself. I had a hard time being in my own skin.
Yeah, you felt like you were like kind of experiencing something out of body experience type of thing?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
I'm going to call it transformation now. But at the time, it was not transformation. At the time, it was struggle. It was internal. I had not a confident bone in my body. I had broken down.
And menopause caused all that breakdown. The change in hormones in your body completely made you feel like you were losing it.
I do believe the stress of the stroke and a worldwide pandemic added to it.
Sure.
I'm going to put most of the blame on my hormones.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stick with it because with the guidance and help of many healthcare providers today, I am completely under control. I am so healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. There was a mental component in there. That was very scary for me. I did a lot of my healing with Evolve Acupuncture. We did acupuncture, cupping, B12 shots. She gave me a lot of plant-based nutritional supplements. I'm working with Dr. Jafari. She is so wonderful and helps me with, she's a Persian, a fifth generation Persian cook, and her whole modality is healing through food. I'm getting my food and my nutrition back. I'm working with a healthy longevity clinic with new hormone replacement, plant-based hormone replacement. So I feel now so healthy. I feel like right now I'm just putting myself back together, maybe the 2.0 version of Laura. My mindset is, once I got my mindset healthy, my mind, and that was medication. And I can't believe I just said that. Because prior to all of this, I would never go on medication. Now, I believe in medication, and I know that science is important and medication is important, and there are times for that. Myself being a plant-based, vegan, organic, blah, 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 I had to get over myself during this chapter in my life. And I explored with animal protein. I explored with things were outside of my comfort zone, but I needed it. And I had to, here it is, here it is. I have, I believe I have mastered listening to my body, listening to, letting my ego go aside and really listening to and honoring what my body needs right now. I have learned and changed so much about myself.
It's big. Yeah.
It's uncomfortable and it's exciting and liberating all at the same time.
Yeah. So going on medication, like you said, because you were organic, plant-based, was really hard. Why did you feel you needed the medication?
So I'm going to get emotional.
It's okay.
Okay.
Because we're human.
Yes. Yes, it is okay. It is okay.
And people want the real deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. So there was a time when, this was about 2 years ago, when I got myself as healthy as I could, as natural as I could. And my husband was out of town, and my girls were all in college. They're away. The house was empty. And I definitely did a good, healthy dive and consideration about staying here. I was not healthy yet. I didn't have everything handled yet. I was still in the inquiry.
And I think many people have gone through that. And that's why it's so important that you share that.
Yeah.
Because you're actually giving somebody a present right now because you got through it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do believe it was a healthy look at, do I want to stay or do I want to go? I do believe that lots of people do that. I don't think I'm,
No.
And I let myself go there. I let myself consider staying or leaving. And without too much drama, it was at the point when I decided that I would leave notes for my children. And I thought to myself, wait a second. What's going on? What were you thinking? What are you thinking? We have such a, I'm saying, I was saying, talking to myself, we have such a huge support system. We have friends and family. We are so lucky to have resources. And then in thinking of leaving letters to my children, I thought about the repercussions of leaving and what that would mean for my children. And then I went from, this is an opportunity to let myself be at peace, to this is selfish for myself. I felt very selfish. And my children were the beginning. Then I thought about my husband and my family and the community. And
how much we all love you.
And thank you.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I'm sharing this publicly. And I do understand the value of sharing my story and my truth of what happened, because there are other people and individuals in the world. I've spoken to a lot of them. I've supported a lot of them. I've watched them stay and I've watched them leave. And I understand the difficulty of being here right now in this world. And I'm here to say it is so worth staying. It is so worth staying because I am currently, listen, I went on a 4.5-year journey. It was the most difficult time in my life, but I am so grateful to be on the other side of it. I am so grateful for the people in my life. I'm grateful for my own resiliency. I'm grateful for the support that I had, the healthcare practitioners that I have. I'm grateful that I can see healthcare practitioners. So I have more gratitude, more resilience, more life in me now than I ever did. So
So that breakdown actually took you to take different kind of action because you were like, hey, I need maybe medicine to be able to get through this time.
yes,
Would you say?
yes, absolutely. I now know there was a different way that I needed to proceed, and I did that. I broke through what were my barriers. I got outside of my own little comfort zone or my own little box, if you will. And I reached out to and found information that I didn't even know existed. I mean, like simple things like tapping and inner child work, I've never done before. I do it now.
I love
I
it.
do it
I
now.
love it.
Tapping and inner child work. I mean, I can't tell you how often I pick up my little inner child and I say, look where we are. Look what we got through, you know? So I have
Like a picture, a baby picture of you, or like a
no,
younger
I
picture?
imagine. I
Okay.
imagine picking my little,
I love
my
it.
inner
I love
child
it.
self up and
Yes.
showing her what
I
we've,
love that.
where we.
So you got really connected deeper to yourself.
I have new modalities, new healing ways that I didn't need before, but I need now, and I've adopted all of them, and so I have an even bigger self-care toolbox, if you will, having gone through what I went through. I do believe that my journey was a little more intense than most. And I also believe I went through it not just for myself, which is, I have the chills because probably why I'm here with you right now, sharing my truth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Through our own experience, we get to empower others. So there's somebody out there listening that needs to hear this, that needs to know whatever they're going through right now is just a moment in time. They're going to get through it, right?
Yes.
They need that hope, and you're giving them that hope. You are at your lowest low, and you found a solution. Even when you had to go through to medicine, something that not necessarily you wanted to do, but when you know that you need something to be able to get through something, it's not forever, you did the right thing for yourself because now you are in such a better place.
Yes, thank you, Noah. I mean, the message is it's okay not to be okay.
Yes.
It really is
I love
okay not
that.
to be okay. And I'm going to even take it to another level. It might be good not to be okay. I think that I am listening to the universe and listening to my own soul more than ever. And I don't need to be in control like I used to be in control. I don't need that. I need to listen to my soul and listen to the universe and do what I need to do every day for my own self-care. And I really do believe that it's okay not to be okay. And it's okay to ask for help. I mean, I asked for help. And that's something, oh, this is so new for me. This is so new for me. I used to wake up every day and say yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. You want to play? You want to create? Yes. And now I wake up and I consider, is that in my best interest right now? Is that in my best interest? I used to wake up every day. Who needs what? How can I be of service? Where can I contribute? And that's valuable and important when it's appropriate for my time.
And when your cup is full.
And when my cup is
If
full.
it's not full, you can't give it away because
Right.
then you're just, making your cup even more empty. So
Yes.
that is so powerful. And I know through that experience, you also adopted, like you said, morning routine is very important.
Oh, yes.
So let's talk about like how you adopted some new tools to help you every day to start your day off on the right track.
Well, so thank you. Thank you for saying that. Morning routine is one of them. I would love to, before that, highlight the amazing men and women who picked up the Kindness Matters 365 Foundation when I needed to self-care. I really did. I went into a little safe space for myself. And when I did, Noah, the foundation rose. The leadership and the support behind this Kindness Matters 365 Foundation is outrageous. And I don't think that the foundation would still be here without those individuals allowing me to step aside and take care of myself. So I just wanted to shout out, they know who they are, to the people.
We all
who
need
took
others. We
care of
all need
me.
others.
Yes,
That's beautiful.
I needed it.
Yeah.
What was your question?
So we were going to get into your morning routine.
Oh, yes.
And some of the new things you adapted because you went through this to help you cope with every day. And you were saying morning routine has been key to you to be able to be in a different space and start your day off right. So I wanted you to share that.
Thank you. So I've always had a morning routine, and they've changed throughout the years. My morning routine now is I wake up when my body lets me wake up. I wake up when my body says it's time to get up. When my body feels rested. the first thing I do in the morning is presence gratitude, right? Presence gratitude. And sometimes it's just, I'm grateful for my breath and to have another day. But I oftentimes go into thinking about the day and being grateful that I get to fill in the blank.
And I love that what you said. I get to.
I get to.
I get to, because that really changes the conversation in your head. Not I have to, I get to. I love when you say that.
I'm gonna shout out to Matt Williams. I went to see Matt Williams speak, and he talked about getting to, not having to, and that was a gift to me. So shout out to Matt Williams.
Yes.
So presence and gratitude, put my 2 feet on the floor, and I go. So there's a spiritual leader. His name is Panache Desai. I have been listening to Panache since the pandemic started. He offers a free meditation every single morning. I meditate with Panache. If it's not Panache, I'll do my own meditation. I work out every single day. I mostly walk right now. I love walking. And then I'll sneak into a Leslie Glickman yoga journey, every once in a while when I
How
can.
long do you walk for when you go for a walk?
Usually 45 minutes to an hour. It used to be in the park. I am a Florida baby, and I am now dealing with some sun issues from my face. So I am not in the park anymore. Now I wear a lot of sunblock and a lot of hats. So I walk on a treadmill, and then I do,
inside.
I used to walk outside. I mean, the pandemic really got me outside. That's one of the benefits of the pandemic. We have a park across the street. I walked every day, but now I'm keeping my face healthy from the sun, so I walk inside. But it helps me. But that's my morning. I clear my space with emails or returning text messages, communications, and I start my day. But I think that the letting myself wake up when my body's ready to wake up, the presence and gratitude, the morning meditation, and the working out is so helpful for me. Every single day, I can't wait for my day. And those are some things. The morning routine, however,
makes you look forward to starting up because you're like looking forward to your walk.
I'm complete. I'm complete with
You're filling
with
your
my
cup,
self-care. Yes.
yes.
Oh, and my Jafari smoothies. That's the last part of my routine. I make my green smoothies every morning, and I just love them. I love
And
them.
the tea, right?
Oh, the tea. I forgot about the tea. Oh my, you're a good listener, Noah.
I am.
Yes, my tea, my hot tea, my Jafari hot tea every morning. And now, yes, I was a healthy eater prior to my upgrade, but now I am so nutritionally fed. I am feeding myself healthier food than I've ever fed myself in the past. There was a time during the upgrade that I was not interested in anything. I wasn't interested in shopping, cooking, eating, anything. So I have somebody who helps me cooking healthy food now. I really brought myself
Wait,
to
do you have
another
somebody
level.
who comes to cook to your house?
No, I have a friend who listens to my needs, my nutritional and health needs, and she cooks for me. And then I
nice.
meet her to pick it up.
I love
But
that.
I wasn't eating, Noah.
What's her name and number?
Maria K. I'll give it to you. I can't pronounce her last name, but Maria,
I know.
healthy, nutritious food.
I love that.
Very reasonable
that is good.
and very yummy.
So basically, you're really taking care of yourself. You kind of took so many of the basic things off your plate, and you put in some routines and some things to just keep you kind of like knowing where you're going every day. So every day doesn't start with a question mark, it starts with a knowing. And I think that's really powerful and something that you do look forward to because you feel better every day when you do that.
Yes, and I'm just going to add, I created a health tribe. I created a tribe of women, a tribe of women, from my therapist to my psychiatrist to my energy healers to my Jafari healer to
the food
to
lady.
the food and yes. So I really feel like I have created a health tribe around me that I can count on.
So you upgraded.
I upgraded.
Yeah. So
It
what
was
does
an
it mean to you to upgrade?
So it's the getting over myself is a big thing. I notice telling myself often, "Oh, get over yourself," because my old way was easy. My new way is a little more challenging because it's new. So ask your question again.
I said, what does it mean to upgrade for you?
It means to honor and to understand this new version and what I need now, different than what I used to need. And so it's easy to go back to those old ways of being, those old habits of self-care, but they're not working anymore. I need new, intense ones. So what it means is understanding what is in my best interest right now and doing those things. When Dr. Jafari, when Dr. Levitt at the Healthy Longevity Clinic told me to stop drinking my banana, date, almond milk smoothies and switch to kale, apple, ginger, I thought to myself, there's no way I am drinking a green smoothie. I see people drinking green smoothies and I'm like, I don't want to drink a green smoothie. But I am so committed to my ultimate optimum health that I drink those green smoothies. But I also I can reframe really beautifully. So I
And they
visualize.
taste good. They taste good.
They do now.
I love those green smoothies.
They
you
do
just have to get
now.
used to them.
Yes.
How did you upgrade your marriage? That's what I really want to know, because I know your marriage went through so much with your husband's stroke,
Yes.
but I know there was an upgrade there too.
There was an upgrade. So my husband went through a stroke, and he came out of the stroke a different man, and it definitely was challenging for both of us. I also was going through menopause and was uncomfortable, and we were both kind of a mess, and we were both kind of really doing the best that we could to take care of each other. We both got to a point where we realized and understood that we needed help, and that life is happening while we're making other plans, and God is laughing. So we went the very traditional route of a marriage therapist, and
I love that.
Oh my goodness,
It's so awesome.
she asked the questions that we didn't know how to ask. She guided us in expressing ourselves to each other and sharing. There were some really, really hard, uncomfortable things that I could not say to my husband. He was recovering from a stroke. How dare I fill in the blank? But he could hear it, and he did hear it. And he had some uncomfortable things to say to me too. But through that, our love for each other, our commitment to each other, the understanding that we each needed something that we weren't providing for each other was all of it. And the willingness to do the work, the willingness to understand that you need something I'm not providing for you, and I need something you're not providing for me, and then
And to be in the listening of that for each other, you know? And how has that changed your relationship today with your husband?
Noah, we're probably more in love than we ever have been. We are growing together, supporting each other. He doesn't fight for more attention. I don't fight for more attention. It's the most beautiful journey. Yes, it's the most beautiful dance. And we had a healthy relationship before, but because of the upset,
Challenges,
because of the challenges, because of we had to rise above. We had to really become something that we were not at the time.
You had to grow up in some ways, right?
We had to grow up together.
And we never stopped growing, and growing together, right?
Growing
That's
together.
the beautiful thing.
Yes.
And my husband and I, we have the most amazing marriage, almost 28 years. And we also went through some things, and we went to therapy, and it was wonderful. We just connected us even more. We were even more in love through the challenges. So I think if you have that strong foundation already, you can always grow it again. You just have to find a way. There's always a way. There's always a solution if you're committed.
Yes, there's always a solution if you're committed. And you don't always have to have a strong foundation to heal and to create a strong foundation.
Yes.
So for all of you,
you have to be open, though.
Yes,
you have to be open. Both parties
open.
have to be open.
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
So yeah, you can always create it, but you both have to be committed.
Yes, I'm grateful for my husband's commitment.
Yeah, and your
And
commitment.
my commitment.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
So Laura, one last question. Would you say the grass grows greenest where you are?
Isn't that a great question? I believe the grass grows really beautifully under all of our feet, exactly where we are. And we are responsible for seeing that green grass, watering that green grass, and standing in that green grass. Yes, I do feel responsible for standing in that green grass.
Well, definitely, I see that when we nurture our life, like you said, we all can have our greenest grass.
Yes.
But we have to believe in ourselves. We have to love ourselves with no comparison, no competition, and no scarcity, because we're all here on our own journey, and that's the beautiful thing. And we can learn so much from each other. And I'm sure you all here today learned so much from Laura's journey as well. So Laura, how can people support your foundation? How can they connect with you? I so appreciate having you on the show. You share so authentically, so beautifully. And I know you're going to inspire many people that watch
Noah.
this.
Thank you. This was the first time I had an opportunity to really, really share my current truth. Thank you for providing that safe space. So Kindness Matters 365 is all inclusive. If you would like to be a part of it, km365.org is our website. All the information about how to get involved, how to start your own club, how to be a participant, it's all there. And you can follow me on social media. I would love to at some point, and this is in my heart space, to really create all of my learnings and everything, all of the teachings that I've gained through this experience to share with other people going forward so that they don't have to suffer. We don't have to suffer. We don't. There's a lot of beautiful healthcare providers out there that are in our community for us.
I agree. And, I've done Landmark. I know you might have done it
Me
too.
too.
Yeah, and they say suffering is optional.
Suffering is optional.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true.
And so there's always solutions. There's always people and support out there, but we have to get out of our own way because so many of us self-sabotage. We're in our head. Being in our head is like being in a bad neighborhood.
Yes.
Get out of your head,
Yes.
connect to your heart, go out there and ask for help because, you're not alone and nobody can do this journey successfully on their own.
No, and most of these uncomfortable situations provide an opportunity for growth, transformation, education. So sometimes when you see yourself inside of an uncomfortable situation, know you can always get out, and on the other side of it is so much more learning.
Yeah, and I agree. Beautifully said. And it's just a moment in time, right? When we realize it's a moment in time. It might be dark right now, but it's not forever, right? And you're going to get through it. And having that faith and trust too in yourself that you can get through it and not staying, being able to go out and ask for help, which you did, and found some resources. So I think it's incredible. You're amazing, Laura.
Thank you, Noah Crane.
I'm
So
so
are you.
grateful for this opportunity
Thank
to
you.
bring your story to the world and inspire so many people.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I feel great being here. Thank you.
Of course. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching today. Thank you, Laura, again, for being our incredible guest today and sharing your story so authentically with us. Until next time, remember to have a grateful heart, to ground in love and compassion, and know every day that you're not alone on this journey. You're always guided by God. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Namaste.